Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Just starting the day out here with a little Goodman 40,000 BTU. Customer called me and said they had no heat in the house, temperature's down to about 15 degrees. So it looks like we have a code E2 here, which is a pressure switch code. So I'm gonna pull it apart, check the switch, we'll check the vent pressure and see what's going on. Alright, so as you can see here, we have 26 volts across the switch, which means the switch is open. We have 26 volts in, and we have nothing leaving the switch, giving us a difference of 26 volts. So the switch is open. So before we can determine it's a bad switch, we need to check the vent pressure and make sure the furnace is moving enough air through the vent system, basically. So we're going to tee into the pressure switch port right here and take a vent pressure reading. So this switch has a rating of 0.72 inches of water column, meaning if we get a greater number than that on the manometer, which we do have, that tells us the switch is not closing under that vent pressure and we know it's a bad switch. Or a blocked port, but I've already checked the tubing and everything's okay. So we are still throwing the E2 here, meaning that switch is still not closing, so we're going to have to change it out. That is a good sign right there. The furnace is still displaying the low fire indicator and not the E2, so we know the switch has closed and the furnace is going to go all the way to ignition. And we have a good blue flame, so I'm going to do my other checks and start to button this one up and we'll move on to the next one. Somebody asked me about this thing in another video. This is a little clip off of an old Carrier MVP, so if you're ever pulling one of those out, grab this clip off of the wiring on the side of the furnace. These are great for holding door switches shut while you do your diagnostic. Alright, just on the second Goodman furnace of the day. This one's a little bit older, about a 2005. I just started it up and we're not throwing any codes. Looks like it's going all the way to ignition. We get gas, but nothing happens. I don't see the HSI, so we're going to have to check that igniter. So I like to check the igniters using the ohm setting on the meter, check the resistance. In this case, we have no resistance. We actually have a broken circuit here. So this igniter is dead. It is worthwhile to still check the other side of the wiring from the board and make sure there's 120 volts going to the igniter. But in this case, we do have a bad igniter. So they were nice enough to put it directly above the manifold, and I didn't bring my socket set inside, so I had to pop the manifold off here and use my little stubby 5/16 to get this igniter out. The igniter is still in one piece. A lot of times these will shatter or break in half, but as you saw, using the meter, we can clearly see there's a break somewhere inside, so this igniter is no good. Well, the furnace ran for maybe a minute before it tripped the high limit, and we've got a very plugged filter here. You could even hear the air just struggling to get through this, so that's most likely why the igniter went bad, because it was cycling on the limit on and off all day, because the furnace was only running for about a minute every time, and it would overheat and try again. So I'm going to pull these out and have the customer give them a wash and put them back in once they're dry. Well, once these are clean, we are good to go, and we'll move on to the next one. So once again, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button and leave a thumbs up and a comment, and have a good day.